I want to say that I'm going to pass him with flying colours because I've proved to myself multiple times that I can do it. It's just the fact that, okay, cool, I'm getting asked these questions all the time, but I don't even know the answer to them myself. So I don't want...
Against Itauma, I don't know, man. I think when you see what Usyk did to Dubois, he just outclassed him totally. And Dubois is a great fighter. And so it's kind of like when you go up against Itauma's looked good against everyone that he's fought so far. But at some point, when you have a master and you have someone who's inexperienced, no matter how raw the talent is, how chiseled and sharp that they've made this guy to this point, you know, experience, I just think Usyk will just pull out mad tools out of the bag that Itauma didn't know existed, and he'll take him out.
I think Itauma, it's future for boxing. I like this guy.
He says he's ready for you now at 20 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moses isn't holding back. He's warning Usyk that he'll take him apart in the ring. His confidence is through the roof, promising to chase Usyk down without letting up. But when you're facing a skilled technician like Usyk, lasting through the later rounds is an entirely different challenge.
Again, before the end of the year.
Yes. 100%. 100%.
And come on, Moses, give us a name. I know you said the crowd should give us a name, and there's many a contender ringside as well. Who do you want to see opposite you?
Usyk. These lot are saying Usyk.
It's Usyk, is it?
What's the crowd saying? What's the crowd saying? Everyone's just shouting out Usyk.
Dave Caldwell admires Moses' drive, but he's blunt about the reality. Usyk is on another level. With world-class skill, experience, and calm under pressure, Usyk remains the top heavyweight. Moses may have confidence, but stepping in with Usyk right now could reveal just how big the gap between them really is.
He's a fighter, he's a winner, he's got plenty of ambition, and he truly believes that he can go in there and beat any man in the world right now, and that includes Oleksandr Usyk. Do I personally think it's too soon? Yes, I do. Usyk's a different breed, he's a different fighter. Yes, he's getting older. Now,
Eddie Hearn doesn't sugarcoat it. He says Moses Itauma might land a knockout and stun the world, but there's also the risk of Usyk dominating him from the opening bell to the final round. At only 20 years old, Eddie feels it's too soon for Moses to take on such a dangerous fight. One mistake against Usyk, and all that early momentum could be wiped out.
But at the same time, he may go in there and get absolutely schooled by Oleksandr Usyk. Or he might knock him out. I don't know. But I personally, at 20, you know, you got to get it right. And Frank, like I said, Frank knows what he's doing. And I think I'd be very surprised if they took that kind of test. Yeah.
John Rawling is straight to the point. Money might get the fight made, but Moses Itauma isn't ready for Usyk yet. In his eyes, Usyk is the standout fighter of his generation, a proven master in the ring. Until Moses builds more experience, taking on Usyk would simply be too much, too soon.
Well, money always talks, doesn't it? And come on, I mean, it's going to be vast, isn't it? And, you know, and if Turkey wants it, if the big noises over here, the big money men are moving towards that, then they'll be pushing for that. But at the moment, he needs rounds. And who are you going to put him in against to get it?
Tony Bellew gives Moses credit for his talent, but reminds everyone just how exceptional Oleksandr Usyk is. He points out that size won't determine this fight. Skill and ring intelligence will. Moses may be the future of the division, but right now, the present still belongs to Usyk.
The only thing that I worry about with Moses is the size. But ultimately, as we've seen now, size becomes irrelevant because look what Oleksandr Usyk's done. This guy's gone out and beaten everyone, including me. He's exceptional. So I don't think Moses is going to be as technically as good as Oleksandr Usyk, but he's the next in line. I think he's the future of the heavyweight division. I think he's an outstanding talent.
Adam Smith acknowledges Moses Itauma's talent, but makes the distinction clear. Usyk is on another level. He believes Moses already has the tools to beat most heavyweights, but fighters like Usyk and Dubois bring a whole different kind of danger. Moses' power and hunger are impressive, yet stepping in with Usyk this early could do more harm than good. With Usyk's technical skill, composure, and ability to dictate fights, he's a nightmare for any young contender. Smith stresses that Moses needs more time, more rounds, and more experience before taking on boxing's elite. Rushing now, he warns, could derail a promising career.
Is he ready? I think he could beat most heavyweights in the world, with the exception possibly of Usyk and maybe Dubois, possibly edging of the top 3 or 4. He's not ready for them yet. Could he?
Sergey Lapin gives Moses credit for his talent and even applauds his big win over Dillian, but his warning couldn't be clearer. Facing Oleksandr Usyk now would be a major risk. Lapin knows exactly what Usyk brings: world-class technique, non-stop pressure, and years of experience at the very top. Moses is still learning and hasn't faced elite opponents yet, which makes this matchup dangerous. The gap between potential and proven greatness is huge, and Lapin doesn't sugarcoat it. While Moses' confidence is respected, Usyk's camp insists that youth and raw power won't be enough against a champion with this level of skill and control.
Last fight, Itauma, this good fight. Turkey is good man. This organize more big fighter, more big event, and we see what we do, what next step, and we see what proposition with about Turkey.
Boxing great Duke McKenzie has high hopes for Moses Itauma, calling him a future superstar, but he urges patience. McKenzie believes that with 4 or 5 more fights, Moses could turn into a real force in the division. Still, when it comes to Usyk, he's firm. Right now, Usyk is in a class of his own. The Ukrainian's technical brilliance and ability to adapt make him the toughest test in boxing. Moses' raw power and promise are clear, but to beat a fighter like Usyk, he needs more experience and tougher opposition first. McKenzie warns that rushing into such a massive fight too soon would be reckless. With proper development, Moses could one day dominate the heavyweight scene. But today, Usyk remains the one no one has managed to conquer.
The more experience on his side, Itauma,
absolutely,
another 4 or 5 fights down the line, then you're looking at an absolute wrecking ball. Then he would beat everybody put in front of him.
But
nobody's going to. Yeah, nobody's going to.
He said who's going to give him the hands. That's what he was saying. He wants them out.
Nobody beats Usyk right now.